Good morning, Geordie. It's 7 a.m. over here, so an early start for me. I'm just waiting for my first passenger, Jean-Christophe Babin, Group CEO of Bulgari, and he should be here any minute now, so see you later. So I wanted to ask you, it's the third edition of Geneva Watch Days.
Indeed.
This year, and it was your initiative in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes, that was in March 2020, right after we learned that the traditional fairs were cancelled.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine the industry without a fair for 24 months. And therefore, I took the initiative to call a few brands I knew.
Yeah.
And Geneva authorities as well. And by the end of the weekend, I had the agreement of everyone, so we could really start the project on the Monday.
Has it become everything you dreamed it would be?
Well, initially it was born out of contingency, and therefore we had no real expectation because we didn't know, whether there would be a massive adhesion to the concept.
Yeah.
We just defined the concept, which has proven being successful and long-lasting. And I think everyone loves this format for its flexibility, for its cost efficiency, and for its incredible atmosphere, which I think is totally unique, and making me believe that not only we gonna continue in the future, because I have already a lot of demand that in 2023 we should come back, but that more brands will join. And eventually, the only surviving fair that is Watch and Wonder might evolve gradually to a format of this kind because it will be to their advantage.
Yeah.
Then we'll see, but we don't care because eventually the events are complementary. They do it in March, we do it in August. But for sure, our format is proving much more efficient, much more pleasurable, and the spirit is really energizing, and everyone is just happy.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
So it has gone beyond my expectation because really in 2020, when I first set it up, the idea was not even considering a second edition.
Yeah.
And then now it has become a rendezvous. People are expecting it. People are happy to come to Geneva.
Yeah.
The hotel industry is extremely happy that we have that event. And so I imagine that in the years to come, we'll continue to run it.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it's a scalable event, so we could run it, Geneva Watch Days in Tokyo, Geneva Watch Days New York, or whatever, because it's a concept which is now very clear, simple to manage, to organize. We do everything ourselves. We have project teams coming from the founding brands, so there is zero costs of organization. Yeah. Meaning by that we do it ourselves.
Yeah. Are there plans to roll it out to other countries?
There are many requests. Discussing with my fellow colleagues from other brands. Yes, I was discussing, for instance, with Jacobs & Co. They would love something in America, and they are not the only ones because America is a very big market for watches. Yeah. The important thing for me is that the city itself, like the Geneva city, endorses and promotes the events because this provides legitimacy on the one hand and facilitates obviously all the discussions with the police, all the discussion with the hotels to get very good rates for our guests. So it's important that the city we go embraces the concept and is part of the concept as the Geneva city is part of the concept.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to change the subject because there was something I wanted to ask you about as well. Is your new global campaign? Because I was at the booth or your space yesterday, and there are all these beautiful pictures. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, we wanted first, to portray the brand throughout talents coming from the field of arts. So primarily cinema, movies, because this is what made Bulgari global when in the 50s and 60s a lot of movies have been shot in Cinecittà in Rome.
Yeah.
And in between two shooting, the artists, producers, they strolled on the Via Condotti, which they discovered, to discover a name which they didn't know was Bulgari, because the other names were not yet in Via Condotti, but they knew them because they were more international at those times. And they were surprised by the style. Those colors, James, big contrast, magnificent jewelry compared to the Paris School of Jewelry. And then they liked it, they bought it. They even, in many cases, forced the producers to wear the jewelry during the filming.
Yeah.
So it was really golden times when you didn't need to pay anything.
Yeah.
And when they came back to America or their original countries, they were the best ambassadors through word of mouth to show and share the joy of wearing Bulgari. To the point that Richard Burton said that the only word that Liz Taylor knew of Italian was Bulgari.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a legend. That,
that's a nice story.
It's probably true. And so to continue that tradition, obviously actresses or actors are the primary personalities we like to have in our campaigns for their substance, for their talent. So Zendaya, Anna Tawai, Priyanka Chopra from India, but also music with Lala Lisa from Thailand, but she's a megastar across all Asia. And music, not only, singers or K-pop singers, but also conductors like Lorenzo Viotti, who is the new face of the brand for Octo.
I saw his photo.
He's highly talented. Beatrice Venezzi, who's the youngest conductor in the world. She has not appeared yet in advertising, but she was last year together with us here in Geneva to give some speeches and conferences, making the parallel between watchmaking and conducting an orchestra. So we really want to closely associate the brand with the field of the seventh arts of music, like with NFTs and also Finissimo Ultra. We have connected Finissimo Ultra in the metaverse with artistic digital contemporary art NFTs. So art is really at the very heart of Bulgari. It's our inspiration in Rome, and we convey our brand spirit through artists, movie stars rather than musicians, rather than conductors.
That makes perfect sense for the brand.
Yeah, and they are people of substance. They are not only good looking, but they are admired for their talent, for what they've accomplished, for the way they drive their career, the commitments they put behind. And so they are really role models, which are long-lasting. When, by comparison, when you work with models, it's pretty short-lived, and eventually, even though you have a lot of very interesting models, intellectually speaking, they are not as esteemed as a great artist, a great conductor, a great singer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's really that authenticity there. They're known first for their talent.
Exactly.
And then their good looks come second.
Absolutely. But they have a good look. If you look at Anne, at Zendaya, at Lisa, Lorenzo,
people.
You are a lady, you can appreciate how good looking he is.
He was the first one I saw. And
I can imagine.
Wonderful. We're here at your first appointment. I think we're on time. So
that's perfect. Yeah, fantastic.
And thank you so much. It was a pleasure to
have arrived.
To do a little tour in the morning with you.
It's the first time I'm in that beautiful Aston Martin and I like the carbon. It looks very much like my Porsche.